Hey, we're live. This is Gilman.
And this is at Zach Gaz on Twitter, ZACKGAZ. We are from a website called MyGamer.com. Go there, put us in your favorites because both of us have been writing about games for, I think, over 20 years each at this point. So we cover the games that really nobody else is covering. But this week we are playing Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. This is the Steam version, and I think this is the beginning of the game, right? You started a new save file here.
No, this is the third
Oh yeah,
level.
because the first level's like in the auto like car uh, lot or something like that. I kind of
It's
remember.
a
A
dump.
pound dump, yeah, exactly. So this game, when we were thinking about which game to kind of stream this week, and you were like, "Oh, I got Ghost Trick." I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize you bought Ghost Trick on PC, which is awesome." So like, yeah, let's play that. So the difference or the thing that kind of makes this game special is the original DS version came out in 2010, and 2010, if I'm not mistaken, was the last E3 that both of us went to. So I remember going to the Capcom booth and the Capcom rep, showing us everything, and he pulled me kind of off to the side and was like, "Hey, check out this DS game called Ghost Trick." I was like, "Oh, what is this?" I remember just looking at this game, thinking like, "Wow, this game's on DS, awesome cell shading, crazy animation." Really cool game. So finally, after I guess 13, 14 years, whatever, it's been ported to other systems now: PC, Switch, Xbox. Pretty sure it's on PlayStation as well, because I know this game has a nice, strong cult following. So I remember seeing it at E3 2010 that year and being thoroughly impressed. Never had the really chance to play the full version myself, but always wanted to.
Hmm. Yeah, I can see why this took forever to port. Because DS games are not
Yeah,
easy.
yeah,
Uh,
porting it, yeah, with just the two screens alone, because this is one of those games that's was designed. One, it had the touch screen, had the dual screen support. So here it's not as bad because you have the mouse, because you're just kind of like clicking on things. It's ultimately a puzzle game. Like you gotta which things to possess, because you die in the first chapter, and then here, as you're doing now, you kind of like click on objects that are in the background to solve the puzzle, aka eventually solve the crime. Like you're trying to figure out, I think, who murdered you, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? You're trying to like
yes,
get revenge on the person who murdered you, something like that,
and prevent other people from being murdered.
and preventing other people from being murdered. So it's an interesting concept, and at the time worked really well for the DS interface with the touch screen and the stylus. Probably plays better here, on PC, just because you can use a mouse. But I'm just glad that this game has received ports. I wonder how it sold, because this is one of those games that was never, it kind of flew under the radar. 2010 was, a little bit later for a DS game, like I don't know if people were kind of like over the DS at that point, but I think now that it's on everything, hopefully it's getting the due that it deserves.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of people. That dog is not bright. A lot of people playing
Yeah.
this game. Um, it's still going.
He's not giving up, bumping his head.
No. Oh, you gotta love anime alcoholics.
Yeah, and just I can tell, I mean, the font in this game has been drastically up-resed, very
Yes,
clear to read, super clean, high res interface. So yeah, they seem to have really have done their homework with this. And yeah, to your point, porting DS games, not exactly the easiest thing to do, because you got to incorporate the touch screen, which could be difficult, especially if you're going to a controller interface, as well as just the two screens. You put two screens on one. How do you do that? How do you manage that? So it's a lot of interesting design choices or compromises that you might have to encounter when porting DS games.
absolutely. Let's get that mouse in here. Uh, so one of the things that I heard people talking about with this game, um, when it first came out was, yeah, it looks awesome. It's hard.
Yeah.
Um, like so the second level, like the first level, you can kind of like almost brute force your way through.
Hmm.
The second level, it's a lot of timing and knowing what to do. So it's almost like the first the first level is just, you know, your standard nice introduction and stuff, but that second level you're gonna fail it.
Yeah, I don't think I played past the first level because if I'm not I kind of remember playing through the whole demo in 2010 at the Capcom booth. It was that very first, car dump level, and I think that was all they had at the time. So I don't think I played past
I don't think it was the
level one.
entire one either.
No, and plus that was probably like an early build. It probably wasn't even like finished at that point. But yeah, so I don't. I guess I can't speak to its difficulty because I personally have not played it. I had this game on my Xbox wish list. I'm just waiting for like a crazy sale maybe one day. Then eventually I'll pick it up. But it is definitely when I saw this got re-released, I was like, oh yeah, wish list day one.
Yeah, this is
I think it's kind of an interesting concept because if you really think about it, I mean, it's really more of like it's kind of like a visual novel, but with like puzzle elements. Like I think a lot of visual novels today are just choose a dialogue option
yes.
and just read, right? There's still that, but with really nice visuals, but with this huge puzzle aspect of it. And I think there might be multiple ways to solve puzzles or multiple endings eventually or something like that. Maybe I got that wrong, but like I know that there's just a lot of variation on what you can do with each stage, and it gets pretty creative. Like here, you could play as a windmill, you could play as a bottle, like you could play as the duck bobbing thing. Like it's just things that you don't normally see, I think, in games.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck to do next.
Yeah, that's the whole point, right? Like, I mean, I guess you click on the chandelier light thing, maybe? I don't know.
No, you have to be within range of the other items.
Okay. Because you can only jump like within close proximity or something, right? Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I thought.
So you might need to scare her with the rat or something.
I don't know why I needed the rat, but here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it takes place around Christmas, which, that's cool. Not a lot of video games do.
Mm-hmm. So, you possessed the book, she picked up the book, she moved the book to the other side of the level. Now
And
you're
now
here at
I
the other
have to
side of
like
the level.
trick her into doing other stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So now you kind of solve, puzzle one. Now that you're in the middle of the stage, what can you do here now? So it's a lot, I think, like trial and error.
Yeah, I'm waiting for her to do something. Apparently she doesn't feel like it. Am I able? No, I can't reach that.
Yeah, that clock looks a little like it wants you to do something, but oh, there you go. You gotta hit X. Okay.
Her head hurts. A fever of 102. Dear Lord. It's like borderline seeing shit fever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get to tell your kid they're making an excuse when they have a fever of 102.
Yeah. Papa's birthday is around Christmas, huh?
I think it might be Christmas, so maybe this is Mrs. Claus? Wow, she is a bitch. How do you tell your kid to shut the fuck up without saying shut the fuck up?
I hate you, yeah. There's a nice dynamic going on between mother and daughter here.
Yeah.
Okay, here she comes.
Yes. Oh yeah, and he like randomly just wonders, like, oh, did I ever have a family? I don't know.
Yeah, you get those inner dialogue options.
She lit that on her ass.
Hmm.
Mr. Prime Minister, no. Cell of Love. She's not very good at writing. Can get there and I can get there. Well, and there's like timing to it too. Like in the other one, there was like an ornament that was spinning around. Oh.
Oh. That. Yeah, yeah. So maybe she's gonna throw the paper. So when she balls up another,
or she turns this on.
Oh, might have to like hit it when she's lighting the match or something. Okay, so she might throw that paper again. You might have to possess the paper just to get over there. Yeah, see. So she's probably this is like the loop.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah. There you go, wad of paper. And now she's gonna chuck it across. So now there you go. So now you're gonna go on that side of the room. Now you can possess the phone.
And we're done. That's that level. The last one was way harder because it was like a bunch of timing stuff.
Yeah.
And there was like a time limit. So like if you didn't do certain things in a certain order, it like at a certain time, like you had to restart the level basically.
Mm-hmm.
And it would let you play for like another 2-3 minutes before you had to restart.
Before you had a game over, yeah. So, right, you don't know that like you didn't make the right choice for a couple minutes, which is a little weird, but
yeah, you had to you had to like sit there and be like, what the, oh god, like do I knock this down here and because like certain things will react in certain ways when they're around them, so.
Yeah, there's kind of like multiple paths or like multiple outcomes, you know, even if you fail a little bit, like there's still some story to be told.
Yes. Wow, she is not a great person. But apparently he's like a general or something?
Yeah.
Or governor?
Oh, there you go. So that's done with chapter 3 then.
Yep.
Cool.
Unless something happens that I need to...
Or maybe it still takes place in the same room, but it's still like new chapter.
Yeah, and you can like go to the junkyard.
Yeah, the junkyard. There you go. Yeah, I thought it was a car. Yeah. That makes sense. But yeah, Ghost Trick. I mean, what do you think about Ghost Trick?
I like it quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's a great game. I was trying to concentrate, so I wasn't the most verbose this time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's on sale right now for, you said 15?
Yeah, right. So it is I'm looking on the Steam page right now. It is normally a $30 game, but there's at the time of the stream there's a sale going on. It's on sale for $20.
It's worth the 30, but if you can grab it for less, do that.
Yeah, I got a feeling this will be one of those games, you know, if you wait till the end of the year, another 6 months, you wait for a, Black Friday kind of sale, it'll be, a $15 kind of price point. But either way, I'm glad that Ghost Trick has been revived. It's a nice port. It is on all the other consoles if you wanted to check them out there. And speaking of checking out, you could check us out at mygamer.com, and you could follow me on Twitter at ZachGaz, ZACKGAZ. And until next time, thank you for watching, and game on.